Flawless victory.
We in the dojo, ain't no days off. The way isn't training, you don't bleed in practice, you die in the field. Look, swinging the wood till my knuckles are bleeding. I don't need rest, it's the combat I'm needing. 10,000 hours, I'm locked in the zone. Carving my spirit right down to the bone. Stepping my radius, watch how I sever. I'm swinging this blade like I do this forever. Practice make lethal, the rest make me cold. I'm gripping the steel till my body gets old. You talking that talk, but you skipping the gym. I look at the weekend, I pity for him. Every single morning, I wake up and strike. You never seen discipline looking like. I empty my lungs and I swing out the chest. I treat every shadow like it is a test. The way is the practice is war. I leave all my enemies down on the floor. Rap at the right, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the way isn't training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap at the right, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the way isn't training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. Look at the calluses, cover my hands. I'm executing these tactical plans. You sleeping in late, I was up in the dark. Leaving the den and the wood in the bark. Slow down the tempo, I'm taking my time. Perfect the angle, I'm perfect the crime. 1,000 more cuts just to build up the muscle. You don't understand the extent of the hustle. Drilling the parry, I'm drilling the block. I'm beating the sun and I'm beating the clock. There ain't no secret, there ain't no hack. You step on the battlefield, you don't come back. Unless you put hours and hours of sweat. I am a consequence, I am a threat. Continual practice, I never retreat. I'm dropping the opposition at my feet. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about love, but the ways in training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. No days off, no excuses. You skip a day, you slip away. Strike 1,000 times before the sun is up. My mind is heavy, but my blade is light. Drill it again. Yeah. Aggressive approach when I step in the ring. I swing with the force that a hurricane bring. Master the form till the form is a ghost. I'm doing the most when you're doing the least. I turn myself into tactical beast. The way isn't training, it's session my brain. I'm walking through fire, I'm walking through rain. Ain't no arrival, it's only the grind. I'm leaving the rest of the rookies behind. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about luck, but the way isn't training. Blood on the wood and the sweat on the mat. I'm drilling the bases, I'm leaving it flat. Rap out the rap, yeah, we put in that pain and don't talk about luck, but the way isn't training. Slide in the footwork, I pivot and pop. I'm built for the trenches, I never will stop. Keep swinging, keep drilling. The ways of practice.
Welcome. How is everyone doing today? I am Tico Drav. We are Engineered to Win. We have an amazing show for us today. We're going to do what we weren't able to successfully do last week because of internet acting up last week. Hopefully it maintains. This week's looking really good right now. We are going to work on getting this app into the Apple App Store so that we can properly start testing the paywall as we progress along. My tech barbarian who's testing this is like, hey, what's taking you so long? Got to get moving. So we're here. We're going to work. You know how we do. During our breaks, we're going to be talking about Southwest flight had an encounter with a humanoid robot. Yes, a humanoid robot on the Southwest flight. We're also going to be talking about this Waymo incident that happened in Atlanta. Yes, in Atlanta, they were swarming a neighborhood. It looked like a scene out of that movie. What is the name of that Obama movie? I always forget the name of that movie. What is the name of the Obama movie? Obama Netflix movie with Julia. Leave the World Behind. It looked like a scene straight out of that where those Teslas were going crazy. We're gonna talk about that. And then we're going to wrap up the show talking about building, should we try building our own large language model from scratch? I saw an article that's kind of documenting how to do it. And I was like, it would be a great opportunity, me and the tech barbarians, to work on this. just to get that experience, get our hands a little dirty. We had this amazing vibe coding show yesterday. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but this is the type of stuff that we need to do so that we can take our learning and everything to the next level. But before we get into any of that, we're going to start off with a little bit of an icebreaker real quick, a little icebreaker, and then we're going to kick off the show. So let's go ahead and do this. And I saw this little headline. I'm like, what is this? I gotta see what this is about. So let's go over here and see what is this real Robots of Beverly Hills? What you talking about, Willis? So let's see what exactly is going on over here. I can already see that this part of the video is going to get some type of music flag, because this is what always happens. You get some type of music flag, and then I have to go, all right, take off the sound. So I'm just gonna live with it. Let me start it over, and then we are going to, do what it do. Let me go back over to. Let's do it again. I don't spell tea, I deliver it. It's so corny. Jacqueline. What is Jacqueline? Can't see it. Cutie version of Dorito. Marlene, fully autonomous, fully out of. You know what? I'm just gonna mute the sound so I can read this. Just turn. I'm just read it. I'm started over because this sound is annoying, and then I know it's gonna get in some issues. So let's just do this again. Delivery robots if they were housewives. We have Barbara. I cannot believe something again. Barbara, I don't spill tea, I deliver it. And Jacqueline, what does Jacqueline do? Fast wheels, faster comebacks. These little robots are pretty fast. Samantha, beauty brains and your burrito. Marlene, fully autonomous and fully out of the drama. The way that you see how they're cutting themselves off. Esther, serving looks and your orders. This is so corny. The real robots of Beverly Hills. All right, clap it up for the real robots of Beverly Hills, y'all. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, so much for that. So much for the real robots of Beverly Hills. What can you do? What can you do? Aww. Alrighty then. So let's get into it. Let's start off with a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers helping us grow so quickly, helping us spread this message across the world, this text message. My number one message for tech is it does not have to be boring. It can be really, really exciting if you know how to strategize, how to plan, how to collaborate with the right people. You can make it really fun. You can gamify workflow. So shout out to everyone allowing me to add value into your life. Shout out to all the subscribers, those who have been with me for a very long time, and those who are brand new to the channel. We are making it. We're making a difference. So thank you so much. Shout out to my tech barbarians. We work so hard day in and day out. One of my tech barbarians sent me a message this morning saying, hey, I scheduled a call for you later today, but it doesn't take that long. If you have some time before that, let's jump on a call. I said, you know what, let's do it right now. Jump on a call. Great conversation, great insight. And I'm just seeing, like, when we have our vibe code and chills, I'm seeing how all of my tech barbarians are working so hard day in and day out. Presentations. We had a special guest yesterday who was sharing knowledge and insight on being a business analyst, being a QA engineer, and how that transition went. And it was just so many amazing questions from my tech barbarians and everyone who participated in just trying to get to the next level. We had presentations and demos about like setting up SQL and SQL queries using OpenAI's Codex, testing AI models, and it was a great time all around. Like I barely said anything yesterday, believe it or not. So it was just a great thing to see how everyone is working, and that is the type of work that we do. So shout out to the tech barbarians over at techcoachralph.dev. We are the very, very best, and shout out to my tech mercenaries, the YouTube channel members who allow this work to go out across the entire world. Without your support, we just would not be able to do it. So to every last one of you, I really, really appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
We are the very, very best.
We the best.
And let's go out there and get it.
Let's get it.
All right. Quick announcements tomorrow, Candid Conversations. It's actually pretty interesting tomorrow. The Candid Conversation is going to juxtapose the meetup that we had yesterday with my at Vibe Coding Show with the Tech Barbarians, and comparing it to some comments that I get on these videos about like the AI school and the different use cases of AI. On one hand, the Tech Barbarians, they're mercilessly working towards growing and winning using AI wherever it fits in so that they can elevate and grow. Versus like when I do these videos about AI shorts and like these different things about how people are using AI, the commentary is always like, oh, I don't trust it. Oh, this can't go well. This, oh my God, no to AI. And I'm like, well, better for us. I love the fact that 95%, maybe even higher, are rejecting technology and innovation. And now it just makes it so much easier for us 5%ers to go out there and take what you want. It belongs to us. It belongs to us.
The last time you're going to see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
So check it out, tomorrow's Candid Conversation. We have Tuesday night, we're going to be live working on the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, finishing up uploading to Apple. It's similar to what we're going to be doing today, but for the Tech Barbarians coaching portal, the mobile app. And then we're gonna have software explorations on Wednesday. I'm gonna be demoing the glasses that I had on the other day. I kind of figured out how to use the software to do the virtual desktop. So I think probably maybe Thursday, next Sunday, I'm gonna be using these glasses live on air to do the show. But I'm gonna be showing the glasses themselves and some features from it, and I'm gonna be showing the software that I'm using. There's a couple of softwares, but there's one that I'm more focused on, and I'm in the Discord of the developer of it. So I'm looking forward to doing some beta testing, some alpha testing of the Android app and of the Linux version, and getting the Mac version to be even better. So really exciting stuff that's going on. And then we're going to be back live again on Thursday. And Friday, of course, it is the Bug Bite. All right. So that is the plan for the rest of the week. I'm looking forward to seeing you every step of the way. All right.
Are you ready?
So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the chat, and then we're going to get to our first segment of work. Like I said, work, break, and then we wrap it up with a final break for today. So with that being said, let's jump into the chat. We got my guy in the building, my guy Junior in the building. What's up, Junior? He says, what's up, family?
What's up? What's up?
What up? What's going on, Junior? Junior says they're throwing shots at housewives. I don't think so. I do not think so. I think they're throwing shots at they're doing a parody of the Housewives TV show. So, like the Housewives of LA or Beverly Hills, of Atlanta, of whatever neighborhood that they normally do. I think that's what the shot at, not at actual housewives, because if you notice on all of those shows, none of them are actually ever really housewives. They're just wives that stay home and do whatever, but not actual quote unquote housewives, because real housewives, not the real housewives of this particular city, they're actually like doing something productive, or should be at least, whether it's like doing things with the kids, homeschooling, whatever, working, like, whatever it is that they're doing, but it's not like what you see on those shows. So that's the caveat that I would say about that. All right. Okay. We are going to get started for today. We're going to jump into setting up Apple, and setting up Apple and building the app, uploading it there so that we can actually test out the paywall side. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. So we're going to put up our first 20.
It's time to do.
And I am going to go to here, and I am going to sign in. And we're going to go to apps. So I don't even think we haven't even started setting up the app for Speak Precisely yet. Let me just take a quick look over here though. Did it actually upload the app? Let's see. Oh yeah, it did. All right, cool. So we will get to that later, but I just wanted to make sure for Tuesday that it was there. So we're going to go back to, let's go to apps, I guess. We're going to add a new app. We're going to call that Speak Precisely AI. And we're going to say English. Ooh, not Australia. However you say it. What is an Australian accent anyways? Bundle. There he goes. Bundle right here. And I don't have a SKU number, do I? User access. You can limit which users can see this app in the App Store. If you select full access, all users will have access to the app. Users with admin, finance, and report roles cannot have their app access limited. All right, sure, whatever. iOS. I guess it would be cool on Mac OS too at some point, but I don't think we need to do it now. Vision OS. I guess I need a SKU. Let's see. 01. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So we have Speak Precisely AI. And we want to... So in setting up the app, I guess we might as well start doing let's do our screenshots and everything like that. So, because we're going to need to, actually, no, let's go back. Let's go over here. We are going to do Flutter build IPA file. CD Speak Precisely. Does have to be in the folder. No pub spec file. Oh, hold up, LS. Where are we? Where is our pub spec file? Is it under app? Yeah, okay, so we have to go into the app folder, CD app, and then we're gonna do Flutter build IPA. So the reason I'm doing this right now is that we want to build the actual app so that we can upload it. And in the meantime, I will also go to Open iOS Simulator. Oh, it's not the one I wanted to do though, is it? I think iPhone Air is 6.5. Yeah, that's what I want, because we need to have a 6.5 inch thumbnail. So I'm going to start the app. while it's building. We're basically doing the same thing that we did on Tuesday, although we did a little bit more research on Tuesday. Let me go and check. I'm going to check RevenueCat as well to make sure that we have this project in here. Yeah, we have Speak Precisely. All right, perfect. But we haven't set it up for Apple yet, from what I can see. So a few things to do. All right, so while I'm here, I'm gonna take some, let me see. Okay. All right, so now, why does it say user? Oh, okay, that's the old one. Let's say, okay. Let's say tech coach. That's cool. All right, so this is an issue. When trying to build the IPA, I'm getting this error. It should be named. It should be named dev.techcoach. Ralph dot, what did we have it in Apple? I think it's like, where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to find the name that it's supposed to be. Maybe it is. I know I chose it somewhere. App information, maybe. Where is that? I'm trying to find the name that I selected earlier. So okay, there it goes. .speak. So .speak precisely. .speak precisely. Let's go ahead and send that. Let's fix that up. What up, Dame Smith in the building? What's going on? My guy Dame has been going live every single day this week talking about music and contract and the music industry. He is good. He is good. I would love to connect with Dame, with you, to do some changes like to the OBS layout, just so it can be a little bit more crispy. But no, you are killing it. You're killing it, giving so much useful information. I really, really hope that these musicians and stuff, that they pick up on the game that you're putting down, because it is absolutely fascinating. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So now we're fixing this registration error so that for iOS, so that it can find the right profile. I hope that's what we're doing. I hope. Let's go run that. All right, so that is updated. Let's go ahead and try to build the IP. And that's why I wanted to do this early so that we can get this out of the way while we are working on taking our screenshot. So let's do this screenshot over here. And I'm just gonna, shoot. I'll get it later. It's okay. I'll do another one. So while it's building, let's go over to here. And we are going to take the screenshot, drag it in here. What? Didn't they say the iPhone Air had the 6.5 inch display? Let me see. Which iPhone has 6.5 inch display? iPhone Air 2025 6.5. What the heck? This one should have did it. I don't even know why they're asking for a 6.5 inch display when I don't think that many people are buying the iPhone Air, and then they're referencing from iPhones from like 2018 and 2019. Like that's dumb. And then using the iPhone, let me see what the dimensions are. Get info. Let's go over here. What are the dimensions? More info. 1260 by 2736. What? That gotta do it the old-fashioned way, right? Let's go ahead and just open it up in our editor. Open with Affinity Photo. And we have our Affinity Photo. Ooh, not this one. Oh, let's go to, where's Affinity? We're going to open up here. We're going to say resize. And we're going to say 1242 by 6996. It's supposed to be 88. That's annoying. All right, so we'll do 2688. All right, and we'll say from the top. That probably didn't work. Let's do that again, because I think I had the, let's say resize canvas 1242, and then we say we don't link the two, and we're going to say 2688, and from the top, boom, save. And now I can take that and drag that bad boy right in there. And okay. We can also do another one, as DJ Khaled would say.
Another one.
All right. Let's go to here. All right, so the app is built. Let's go to the transporter app. And there goes so that's the Tech Barbarians one that we did. We're going to say add another. And we're going to go to Speak Precisely. We're going to say app, build, iOS, IPA, Speak Precisely AI. There we go. Nice. So that's uploading. We'll let it keep doing its thing. See, we have this one approved over here. We will next say, let's get another screenshot. Let's say we do start over here and let's say allow. Oh, Are you catching stuff? Nice. It's actually catching stuff. So let me take a screenshot of that. And while it's catching stuff, I'm going to go ahead and pull that one over into here. Oh, or not. Let me go to, let's go to take another screenshot. And I'm going to show in Finder. Open that in Affinity Photo. I'm going to stop this recording. Just like that. It's actually working perfectly because last time on the other simulator that I used, it was not capturing the speech at all. Let me just make sure that it's playing though. Oh, are you catching stuff? Oh yes, it's working perfectly. All right, let's stop that. And we will, let me fix this. I never remember the shortcut. I still remember the shortcut from like 20 years ago for Photoshop to resize the canvas. I never remember the one for it's Option Command C. 1242 and 2688. Resize. Let's do that one. And then let's do the analysis. See if that works. All right. So I'm going to do another screenshot of this. And we're going to say, open this one up as well. Ah, shoot. Apple's going to give me hell with the debug thing up there. So we're going to have to eventually because they're not going to accept it with the debug tag in there. So we're going to have to eventually update it when we're using a real phone. But for the time being, we can definitely get started with it. So let's go ahead and open it here. And we're going to say Option C, 1242 and 2688. Save that. And then we are going to go over into here and drop those two in there. All right. So we have that in there. Let's take a look at the all right. So we have this. Yeah, that's not what I want. I wanted to see transporter. Transporter, let's click on deliver. Now it's going to try to upload the app to the App Store. It's connecting. All right. So while that's happening, let's go back over to here. We have these. I am going to ask. Aw, our delivery failed. Why is that? Oh. Okay, so let's copy that. And we'll start off with this. The app was rejected from being delivered to the App Store for this reason. So let's fix that up. And then we will, shoot, this, I need this. All right, let's run that. Let's run that. I think it's trying to fix the images via Python, which is fine as long as it works. All right, presses the app icons for iOS, including the large one, to remove the alpha channel transparency. Apple requires iOS icons to be completely opaque without any transparency. It should be good. All right, we're gonna build it again. And in the meantime, I'm gonna start a new task, and I'm going to ask Kilo to say, can you give me, so I'm asking it for, so I was asking it for a promotional text, description, keywords, for the app at Apple, for the app to enter during the setup at Apple. All right, so we got that. I will send that off after. We'll let it keep doing its thing, and then once we get back from break, we'll send that off, get the information, continue going through the Apple process, upload the app, and make sure that everything is good. And we'll go from there. All right, so let's go over to our break. All right, let me check the chat real quick, and then we will get into our next topic. We got my guy, Dame Smith, in the building, killing the game. What up, Dame? Looking forward to your live streams this week. I've been learning a lot about the music industry, honestly, and seeing the perspective from Dame on like the right way to use AI, the effects of AI on the music industry, and the fact that how artists should address it and how they should work around it. It is really, really good insight. So shout out to Dame. All right. All right, we're gonna jump into this topic for our first break time topic, which is Southwest Airlines flight. Something happened on the Southwest Airlines flight. Somehow, a humanoid robot was part of the flight. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on, but we're gonna find out together. Let's see.
Well, that was a first and maybe a last. Dallas business owner's flight over the weekend was so unusual, it has literally resulted in an immediate policy change by Southwest Airlines. What could this be? Well, that's because a business owner was accompanied by a humanoid robot. Our JD Miles with a story that you'll only see right here on CBS News Texas.
Everything was in place.
We're going on a plane.
For Aaron Medizita to pull off something that he's pretty sure hasn't been done before.
So
what
tiny.
if we actually try to be compliant, follow all the rules, and have Stewie board a flight?
The owner of the robot studio was flying back to Dallas from Vegas over the weekend when he decided to bring his human.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but the tiny humanoid robots, they kind of creep me out. Like if it was a human-sized humanoid robot, I would be like perfectly fine with that. But when it's this tiny little robot, it kind of reminds me of a gremlin. It freaks me out seeing these tiny little robots over there.
Humanoid named Stewie along with him, rather than sending the 3.5-foot tall robot on a cargo transport plane.
You actually
why
bought
would you?
Stewie a ticket.
Yes, we bought him a ticket. The airlines have a type of ticket you can buy for a wedding dress or some piece of equipment.
All it took was a much smaller battery that would successfully pass through security so Stewie could strut through the gate on the way to a plane bound for Love Field.
I had the perfect window seat. Clouds like cotton candy, everyone snapping selfies with me.
Video of
Wait, I could rent this? Hold up. I can rent this?
on the way to a plane bound for Love Field.
I had
Hold up. Instagram? Rent bots. Let me see. Search at rent bots. Huh. Would you look at that? You can rent these little robots. Hold up. You can rent these little robots. We rent robots and sell them too. The internet's favorite humanoid robots, events, brands, conferences, DM to book us anywhere in the United States. There's a Benji, there's a Work, there's a Buzz, and what? Stewie? Hold up. Hold up. Is this that looks AI. That doesn't look real. I mean, but the video that we're watching is definitely real. When they say it's time for another software update. I can't tell. Let me see this one. That one looks real. Yeah, that one looks real. That is a nice business, I must say. That is a nice business, I must say. That's a tiny one. That one is real. Let me see. It's their website. I wonder how much it is to book one of these robots. Rent. I wonder the pricing of this. This is pretty interesting. This is pretty interesting. Two hours battery life. That's not bad. Do they go and plug them? All right, I am getting distracted. Let's get back to the robot. Trying to board a flight. All right.
Had the perfect window seat. Clouds like cotton candy, everyone snapping selfies with me.
Video of Stewie walking to his seat resulted in some strange reactions from fellow passengers, to say the least, including flight attendants.
Well, I don't know what to do with that.
I think people were shocked overall that this was even possible. Most people were very excited to see a robot flying. It provided so much entertainment, and it was great.
Stewie is one of several humanoids found at the Robot Studio in North Dallas that can be rented for conferences, parties, and other events. Stewie was powered down for most of the flight and arrived home thinking it would be the first of many.
Yeah, Stewie sat on the plane like a regular passenger.
But within 2 days, Southwest Airlines sent out a safety alert about a new policy on transporting robots, saying that Southwest Airlines no longer allows human-like or animal-like robots to be transported in the cabin or as checked baggage, regardless of size or purpose.
So are you surprised to see Southwest's reaction to this?
We think all...
Did they say no checked baggage too?
To be transported in the cabin. Safety alert about a new policy on transporting robots, saying that Southwest Airlines no longer allows human-like or animal-like robots to be transported in the cabin or as checked baggage, regardless of size.
So you can't transport it at all? You can't. Well, all right. Hold up. Southwest, wait a second here. Wait just a freaking second. You're saying if I have an emotional support robot, humanoid robot, it cannot come along with me?
How dare you?
Nah, I don't like it. I think we need to protest on behalf of the robots, all right? No robots, no peace. No robots, no peace. Who's with me?
Or purpose.
So are you surprised to see Southwest's reaction to this?
we think all robots should be allowed to fly provided they comply with the battery restrictions.
In a statement to CBS News Texas, Southwest says to ensure compliance with our guidelines for traveling safely with lithium-ion batteries, Southwest clarified its baggage policy to include robotic devices.
It's not a battery policy because the battery we used is essentially a laptop battery.
Medizada hopes Southwest will reconsider and will eventually allow Stewie and other humanoids back on board.
It's a total conspiracy. I swear, they don't want us robots peeking at the clouds, seeing what's really up there. My dreams got clipped faster than a bad haircut.
In Dallas, JD Miles, CBS News, Texas.
I'm not happy about this at all. I'm not happy about this. This is wrong on so many levels. It's like, what about the robots' rights? Not cool. Not cool at all. What? They had a perfect trip. Now, here's the issue though, which I kind of understand Southwest in this part. What if everyone wants to travel with their little gremlin robot, right? What if everyone wants to travel with their little gremlin robot and you know how they said they powered it down. What if they say on a schedule to power on, and now in the checked baggage compartment or wherever, these little gremlins, they wake up and they try to overtake the plane. What do you do? Or, you know, he said he quote unquote powered down his robot on the plane. What if it decides to power itself on? So on one hand, I stand with the robots, with the humanoid robots, the little tiny gremlin humanoid robots who are kind of scary. But on the other hand, I kind of understand Southwest's position. Like, we don't want to have a robot take over in the middle of the air, right? What if there are some malicious actors who instead of using humans to hijack a plane, they use these humanoid robots to hijack the plane. You know, they're strong. So on one hand, I stand with the robots. Like if I was traveling and I had my emotional support humanoid robot with me, I'd want to take it along with me. But on the other hand, I kind of understand they don't want no humanoid robot hijacking in midair. You know? So let me know your thoughts. Do you stand with the robots? No robots, no peace. Or do you stand with Southwest Airlines and probably all the other airlines are going to be saying, nah, we don't want these robots, these gremlin robots on our planes. Who do you stand with? Humanoid robots being able to fly, or the airline saying no humanoid robots on our planes? Let me know in the comments, all right? Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. TechCoachRalph.dev. Let's continue the conversation at Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for our Scrum Nights to see what we've been working on for the past 2 weeks and we plan to work on for the next 2 weeks. Get access to Resume Flow, get access to the Tickbar Brands coaching portal, get access to the Speak Precisely app so you can level up all aspects of your life over at TechCoachRalph.dev. All right, let me check the comments real quick to see the thoughts of the people on these traveling little gremlin robots. I think if it was a full-size robot, Southwest might be a little bit more lenient, but they're probably like me, like, these little gremlins are scary. No.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
And they said,
do not come.
I get it. All right, let me check the chat. Junior says he just wanted to flex some muscles. Fair. Says, do you spell your son's name the same way as a robot? Yes, but my son's like, don't call me Benji anymore. Call me by my full name. Don't call me that anymore. So, but that is how he spelled it. So we got my guy, Memystify, in the building. Says good afternoon to me, to Junior, and the chat. Hope all is well. Out here on my 6-mile walk again. Shout out to my guy, Memystify, back on the road. Not on the road, but on the track, walking, getting his miles in. So shout out to you. So happy to see you putting out content out there and just getting back into the habit. So that is awesome. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Enjoy your walk. And you says, and my robot identifies as a human. There you go. See, there you go. You gotta make space for that. And it says that robot has a lot of lip. It was fresh, you know. Got my guy Courtney Egger Show in the building. What up, Courtney Egger Show? Shout out to you. How is everything going? Man, I wanted to catch your show, but I had to get ready for this one. I was curious to know. Let me know what you think, and I'll come continue the conversation next time you're live. What did you think about the Ronda Rousey Gina Carano fight in general? Like, I did not stay up for it because I was planning to watch it, then I fell asleep, and then I was like, whatever. But I woke up in the morning, I saw it, I'm like, this is. Let me know your thoughts. Before I share my thoughts, let me know your thoughts. Because I am someone who does jiu-jitsu, so I know about the arm bars, I know about the guillotine, I know about the full mount and the takedown and everything. And I'm just curious, what was your thoughts about it? Junior says, that's risky, and we know those robots are... I mean, you know what they say about, like, you know, tiny people, you know, they're a lot stronger. So imagine a robot, right? Let me see. Courtney says it was a bunny grab. The funny thing about that, though, is it was on Netflix. So as long as you have a Netflix subscription, you're not paying for it like you're paying. Like, imagine if you had to pay like a $60 pay-per-view for it, or if you had to go to like some bar and pay an entry fee to watch it over there. I would have been pissed. And I wouldn't say that it was rigged. I'm just not surprised, right? When I heard Gina Carano lost 100 pounds to make the fight, I was like, as someone who's competed in jiu-jitsu, when you have to cut a bunch of weight just to make the fight, you're so focused more on cutting that weight than on actually focusing on your training. So congratulations to her, but I had a feeling that she was going to get destroyed. I didn't think it was going to be in 17 seconds. And for it to be rigged, I would say that they would have like at least let Gina Carano throw a punch as opposed to like just Ronda Rousey takedown, armbar. Like it was. Yeah. I know they tried to say this is going to be the biggest fight in MMA history. They've got nothing on the UFC. They have. I know people are trying to bash the UFC. Team Dana White all the way. Team Dana White all the way. So, I don't know. That wasn't it. I got my guy Magnetar in the building. What up, Magnetar? Magnetar says, I sat there wide-eyed when she won in 17 seconds. Like, and the thing is, Ronda Rousey has done it before in the past, right? But they hyped the fight so much. And I went back because honestly, I did not know that Gina Carano was an MMA fighter until recently. So I went back and watched her. I'm like, she had some pretty good fights. But I'm like, Ronda Rousey, like she's a beast. She is a beast. So I don't know. It wasn't it. Magnus says, I didn't know whether to be confused or surprised, not surprised, upset, shocked. Well, I wasn't upset because I didn't pay anything for it. and you're able to watch the whole fight in a YouTube clip in like 10 seconds. So I don't know. It was just like this whole feel good story for Gina Carano. It wasn't it. It was not it. So much hype, such a lackluster performance. They could have. I don't know. I don't know if Ronda Rousey was trying to prove something yesterday, but they could have. I don't know. It was kind of lame. It was very lame in my estimation. It was very, very lame. Courtney says Rousey was an investor in the fight. That makes sense. But I don't know. It just like whenever they have those Netflix fights, I'm like, well, how are they making money? Maybe it's like sponsorships and stuff like that. But I can see like pay-per-view. They have the sponsors like Monster for like UFC. They have like Monster, Venom, all those sponsors, and then you're paying that pay-per-view fee. I just don't understand the Netflix sports model yet, so I don't know. Magnus says, I hope Gina won, but in the back of my mind, I didn't think Rousey would lose three straight fights, and Gina is 44 and yes, had to lose 100. I mean, it's hard to say that Ronda Rousey lost 3 straight fights when the last time she fought was 8 years ago, maybe. Let me see. Last Rousey UFC fight was 2016. Wait a second. Yeah. So her last fights canceled. Holly Holm. Final 2016, December 3rd of 2016. So it's like 10 years ago. So I don't count that as 3 fights in a row, but money grab, yes. Rigged. Magnus says John Jones was there and said he's trying to get out of his UFC contract. I don't think it's going to happen. Why would you let John Jones out of the UFC contract? At the end of the day, it's still a business, right? I'm like, nah, you're gonna fight. You're gonna fight it out. If either you don't fight at all, or you're gonna fight out this contract. So I would do the same thing if I was the UFC. It's just business, all right? Got a problem with it, and I love John Jones, but if you have a problem with it, negotiate a better contract. Go watch Dame Smith's videos on contracts, because the same way that contracts are relevant in the music industry, the same way they're relevant in the sports industry. All right, so go check that out. All right, we are about to jump into another working segment. So let's go ahead and put up another 20 minutes on the clock.
Let's go! Let's go!
And let's go ahead and back over to here and let me see. So this is done. Let's go ahead and go back to transporter. Let me add it again. And while that's happening, let me go and ask for this promotional text. Let's say replace, I guess. Do I have a, all right. So I will say that, okay. So it already knows. All right. So the promotional text, unlock your true voice, Speak Precisely AI analyzes your speech in real time, providing personalized coaching and clarity scores to help you communicate with confidence. Perfect. So I'm going to go and drop that in here with 1 character to spare. Let's go over here. I like the fact that it knew what the limit was. Description, elevate your communication with Speak Precisely AI, whether you're preparing for a big presentation, practicing for an interview, or just looking to improve your everyday communication skills. Speak Precisely AI is your personal on-demand speech coach using advanced AI technology. Our app analyzes your voice to provide detailed feedback and actionable insights on your speech clarity, which is the actual goal is to analyze the voice. But right now it's only analyzing like the transcript, but the overall goal is to be able to analyze the voice. Smart voice recording, AI-powered speech analysis. Record your voice directly within the app and watch your speech come to life with real-time waveform and pitch visualization. Our intelligent engine automatically transcribes your recording and analyzes your speech patterns, pacing, and enunciation to give you a comprehensive understanding of how you sound to others. Instant clarity score, feedback, track your progress. Stay motivated with your personal dashboard. View a visual trend line chart with your clarity scores over time. Keep track of past sessions and celebrate your improvements as you practice. Nice. That's pretty good. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this. I like that. Very nice. I do like that a lot. Let's go and take that. And let's go to that. Let's go to that. All right, I think we're good. Let me do the keywords real quick. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and check the transporter. All right, so we got that there. Let's click on deliver. Hopefully this goes through this time. Get the app ready for internal testing. Let's save that over. Ooh. Maybe it has an M-dash. So I tried to save this and it says that it contains some invalid characters. I don't know if the invalid characters are the emojis or if there's like an M-dash in here. Something that you should do in, like, if you're using Claude, if you're using Gemini CLI, if you're using Codex, is, which I need to do for myself as well, but never use M-dashes. I wonder, maybe it's the, all right, let's try the getting rid of these emojis. Is that an M-dash? No? Okay. Let's get rid of the emoji. Maybe it doesn't take emojis. I would love to have it with the emoji because it'd be so much cooler. But maybe Apple does not believe in emojis. Maybe Apple is anti-emoji. Let's see if this saves. Oh, that's what it was. It was the emoji. All right. So if we look over here, the app is delivered and it's processing. So now we can work on, so the app is uploaded. We're going to need to set up the subscription stuff for the app. Let's go to, so we got these. Let's go to, is it under here? We do. Let me refresh this. The app is processing right now. So this isn't ready yet. When we're sending it to review, we'll have to give them some login name and password, contact info. All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to say that, start a new task. The app is processing, but we need, app is processing in the iOS App Store to be ready for internal review. However, let's say, can we can we set up the iOS paywall with RevenueCat and the Apple App Connect? Can you give me the directions to do that? And this is part of the things when people say, oh, you know, AI is going to take over this, AI is going to take over that. If that was the case, right, I should just be able to say from day one, AI, go ahead and do this, and then everything is done already. But we have to learn about Apple's gateway. We have to learn about Google's gateway and figure that out. RevenueCat, all these things that the AI can't just do for you. It can walk you through it, but it can't do it for you, right? All right, so what is this? What is this? Make this bigger. All right, setting up the paywall with RevenueCat and Apple App Store Connect involves three main phases: configuring App Store Connect, configuring RevenueCat, and integrating the RevenueCat SDK into your Flutter app. I believe we already have the RevenueCat SDK into the Flutter app because of Android. So we did that already. So now inside of the App Store Connect setup, and this will be a great opportunity to use the glasses where I could have both screens next to each other and I can be doing Apple and, should we do a sneak peek of that? Should I do a sneak peek of the glasses? All right. I'm gonna do a sneak peek of the glasses, all right? Where are they? Let's go ahead and this is gonna be the goal for future live streams where I can use these glasses and I can have two screens at once. I can have a lot more screens than two, but for now, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go here, and I'm gonna go to the software. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, so let me take this thing off. So if we go to, can you see that? Hold up. Hold up. Where's that showing that way? Why is it not showing what I'm seeing? There we go. Here's what I'm seeing right here, right? So now I can do both of them. So I'm gonna say, oops. So now it says to let's say, so in Apple, we're going to go here and we are going to say App Store Connect, agreements, taxes, banking. Okay, let's go to the general. I think we already did this though. Okay, we already have that. Create in-app. So my app, select your app. And we want to do in-app purchases. And then subscriptions. And then we're going to do create a subscription group. And it says to do create a subscription group. Should we call it Pro Plan? let's see, create a subscription group example. Click the plus. Should we call it Pro Plan? Pro monthly. It's not, but it's starter and it's speaker and presenter. So let's say we do speaker plan. And set reference. Okay, so let's say speaker plan. Wait. Okay, so let's say create a subscription group. We say speaker plan, right? And then we do. The software is still a little. Oops. Still a little. Still a little wonky, but it's getting what I need done. So reference name. See, I can see because I can see both screens, and it's a little small on your end, but it looks great. Like I can see it's like really big for me. Let's say we do reference name. We're gonna say speaker monthly, and then product ID dev.techcoachralph.speakprecisely app.speaker.monthly. And subscription duration, 1 month. And I'm pretty sure I can always find that product ID again. And we're going to do create. I wish Apple had like a dark mode. Let's go to. All right, so it says complete all the missing metadata for the product pricing, subscription duration, App Store localization, and review information, screenshot of paywall. Let's go to, there we go. Now I can zoom. I was looking at how to zoom. There we go. So I can say 1 month, speaker monthly, missing metadata, subscription prices. Speaker is $4.99, I believe. Next, confirm. And set up availability, which countries? Guess we can leave that for now. Your first subscription must be submitted with a new app version. Create your subscription, then select it from the app. Okay, we know that. Localization. We'll say English. What are they asking for the localization? in App Store, go to review information. So log into RevenueCat dashboard and create. All right, so we don't have to worry about that right now. App localization. What display name are they? I guess they mean speaker plan. Let me find out what they're referring to. Under App Store localization, what should be the display name versus the, and the description. Kind of confused about that part a little bit, like what they're expecting there. Display name should be the short, clear, consumer-facing name of the all right, got it. Speaker monthly plan. Speaker monthly plan. And then the descriptions.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
I guess I can say let's say speak precisely. Oh, yeah, okay, go with that. Description. The description would be so I'm going to say this. Can you look at the plans that we have, speaker and presenter, and suggest the correct name or the best name for the App Store localization display name and description. Let's go with that one. All right. We will go to break now. Let me go to here. All right. Let me take these glasses off. That was actually really good. That was actually really good using them. I enjoyed it. I was able to not have to go back and forth switching screens over and over and over again. I will play with the layout of that screen, but I'm going to be. I'll probably just use this little clip of using for my Wednesday video about like the glasses. So do something about the glasses, and then show about the software that I was using to be able to show it. But I tell you, like we work and always finding like new ways to do things in OBS. So I like it. I found it very, very helpful that I can just like turn my head this way, turn my head that way. And I'm able to see that screen and just go back and forth between the two without like having to swap screens over and over and over again. All right. All right, let's go ahead. Let me see if there's anything in the chat, and then we will get into our next break time topic. We got my guy Magnetar said, what I mean is looking at her official record, she dropped two straight and retired. They got her back into this, so she had to win. Yeah, I'm not surprised either. Like she's way better than Gina Carano. I don't think the fight was rigged. I think the fight was a joke. That's what I'm going to say about it. It wasn't rigged. It was a joke. No fighting chance. And the fact that they said this is going to be the biggest fight in MMA history, it wasn't. It was not. To me, the biggest. It's going to be so bad. The biggest Ronda Rousey fight was when Holly Holm gave her that kick. But big fights, I would say Amanda Nunes versus Valentina Shevchenko, however you say her name. I would say that was a huge fight. I really thoroughly enjoyed those fights. So I don't know about that being the biggest fight in MMA history or the biggest card in MMA history. Francis Ngannou knocked that one guy out. Nate Diaz, and then how do you have 3 co-main events, right? 3 co-main events? You might as well have said the entire card was a main event. Like, come on.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Anyhow, Magnus says it's part of the Ronda Rousey is back narrative. Back doing what though? Is she gonna be like fighting, or was this like a one-time thing? I don't know. I have no idea. So, all right, let's go ahead and jump into our next topic for tonight or for this afternoon, which is Waymo. Yeah, Waymo. Let's get into this over here. In Atlanta, Waymo taxis, they took over a neighborhood. They were just piling up, chilling, hanging out in a neighborhood. All of them just teamed up, said, we're gonna have a team meeting, a union meeting of Waymo robot cars. All right, so let's jump into that one. Let's get into that.
You might call them wayward Waymos, one after another driverless taxis, streaming into several Atlanta cul-de-sacs at virtually all hours of the day and night.
So as more were coming in, more were going out. It was just a constant stream of coming in around the circle.
After roughly 50 of them showed up last weekend, the annoyed neighbors put out a traffic turtle, but that only led to longer backups.
One of them almost did run over our cul-de-sac cat, Buddy, and so that was the final straw.
The robo-taxis appear to be...
What's a cul-de-sac cat? Is this a cat that lives there, or is that like, what is it?
In a holding pattern, waiting for their next assignment. Waymo tells NBC News it has already worked with our partner to address this routing behavior. It's the latest Waymo speed bump, coming just days after the company recalled nearly 4,000 robo-taxis for software fix, after some cars in Texas and California drove into flooded streets and stalled. In recent years, Waymos have also failed to yield to school buses and caused rush hour.
No. Let's leave the school buses out of that. I already shared my thoughts on the school buses, and I do not fault the Waymos for not stopping for those pesky kids driving into the flooded zones. That's a whole other story. They're recalling about 3,700 of those for that. But those school buses, I think that the stopping for school buses should be outlawed. That's my personal take.
Our gridlock.
Nothing we are doing today with automated vehicle technology is safe enough. It's got to be better tomorrow. And that is the change in trajectory we need for vehicle safety in America today.
Waymo says
one of the things about what he just said, though, is that with technology, it's never going to be good enough. But with humans, you cannot force humans to get better, but you can force technology to get better. So I think that all you Uber drivers and you Lyft drivers and all your other rideshare drivers, you're not competing against other drivers. You're competing against these taxis, these robo taxis. And it looks like the reason that it found this cul-de-sac, because the other day we were learning about how Waymo technology works, and it'll roam and find empty spots that it can hang out in. And it just happened to find a cul-de-sac, and they're all like, you know what? Let's all go to the cul-de-sac. Let's all go to the cul-de-sac. So
it's already identified a software fix for the flooding issue, and it's refining its operations in extreme weather, and says it's 13 times safer than humans in crashes involving pedestrians. Tom?
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking.
So I do want to get another source of this video. This one is right in Atlanta News First reporting on this one, because they were the ones who were affected the most by it. So I do want to get their take on it.
Well, neighbors in Buckhead are raising concerns about Waymo's self-driving vehicles using their neighborhood as a holding location.
Listen, you see it behind us right here, and residents on Battleview Drive, they're simply over it. Every day, they spot dozens of cars driving down their narrow cul-de-sac. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond reports on the growing...
That is pretty annoying. Like when you put in, so it's not that they are quote unquote lost. They're just not there's not distributing where they go to wait. And if you have a neighborhood, do you just want some rogue Waymo vehicles just sitting there in your cul-de-sac? Like it just fills up your neighborhood.
Frustration among the neighbors.
According to neighbors here, this is a problem not only on their street, but also in some of the nearby small neighborhoods where between about 5 and 7 o'clock in the morning, they'll see Waymo after Waymo driving around and circle the cul-de-sac here on what is typically a very quiet street. This series of videos from one Battleview neighbor shows 13 Waymos total driving through here in the span of about 10 minutes.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
It's a problem they say has ramped up just in the last 2 weeks, with these Waymos driving in circles, seemingly just waiting for someone in the general area to call for a ride. And these neighbors are not happy.
Our big concern is just the excessive traffic on the street. You know, we're families, we have small kids, we have animals and pets, we've got kids getting on the bus in the mornings, and it just doesn't feel safe to have that traffic.
They even tried to put traffic signs of their own in the road to try to deter these driverless cars, but based on this video, it didn't work.
And we had at one point 8 Waymos that were stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
And it's
the Waymo's like, move the hell out of the way before I run over that traffic turtle. However, maybe if they had used the humanoid robot, the miniature humanoid robot from the beginning of from our first segment, they could have bonded with one another, and the Waymos would understand the language of that little gremlin humanoid robot, and the humanoid robot might have been able to help it to find their way and not go down that route. So I do think that it is a there is ways to figure this out. So there's that.
It's not just the Battleview neighborhood. It's also happening on nearby Fernleaf Circle and down the road where Deborah Childers and her dog Hazel live at the Glenridge Woods townhomes, which is private property.
It's enough of them that it's bothersome.
Wait, what?
It's Childers and her dog
to figure out how to turn around.
And it's not just the Battleview neighborhood. It's also happening on nearby Fernleaf Circle and down the road where Deborah Childers and her dog Hazel live at the Glenridge Woods townhomes, which is private property.
It's enough of them that it's...
Wait, if it's private property, how are they getting in there then? Unless it's not unless it's like one of those... Unless it's a HOA that's not gated, but maybe then you should put a gate, or I don't. So here's a question: are gateless HOAs private property? I don't know about that one.
That it's bothersome. It's not like one; it's like 3. Or maybe 4, just they do the same loop They practice their braking and their signals.
And they aren't sure what to do about the problem after reaching out to Waymo themselves.
We never got a response. We reached out to local representatives. They kind of passed the buck to the next person. So when you combine like the Waymo traffic and construction that's going on, it's just kind of mass chaos.
These neighbors say their quiet residential streets were not made for this kind of traffic, and they'd rather see the Waymos stay out on main roads unless they are coming to pick up a rider. In Buckhead, Sarah Hammond, Atlanta News First.
Junior makes a very interesting comment here, right? Says it's a public street, just like anyone else can come and park there also. And from what I'm seeing, they weren't parking; they were just circling the cul-de-sac, and the people have a problem with them circling the cul-de-sac, saying it's bringing more traffic and stuff like that. But it is a public street, at least in this case. The other one about like the private property, that's one's a little weird because how is the Waymo able to get into that private property unless it's a non-gated HOA, which, but you know what? We're gonna do a little bit of Geminiing real quick, right? New verb, Geminiing. If I can find my mouse. Where's my mouse? Okay, there we go. So let's go and take a look. Let's go to Gemini real quick, right? And we're going to go to, there is a story about Waymos circling / parking at cul-de-sacs in Atlanta that is pissing off the residents. However, is there any obligation for people / autonomous vehicles not to be able to drive on public streets, even if it brings more traffic? I don't know if you can stop that, because what if you just have random people start driving on these public streets and they're circling, like, I don't know. They also mentioned that that they saw that they were passing by these townhouses that they claim is private property, but how would the Waymo enter private property to drive on those roads, right? So let's see what this has to say before we wrap this up, because I'm curious. I'm very curious right now. The situation you're referring to happened a few days ago, mid-May, on Battleview Drive in Northwest Atlanta. It's a fascinating look at the growing pains of autonomous vehicles, AV infrastructure. Here is a breakdown of the legal and logistical side of those Waymo ghost convoys. The right to drive on public streets. Generally, yes. Waymos have the right to be there. Public access under Georgia law. Fully autonomous vehicles are legally permitted to operate on public roads without a human driver, provided they meet insurance and safety requirements. Fair. Traffic obligations. While a surge of 50 cars in an hour is pissing off residents, it's funny how Jefferson used my own words, an autonomous vehicle is treated similarly to a human driver. Unless there is a specific ordinance against cruising or a weight limit on a residential street, driving on a public road is not illegal simply because it increases traffic volume. Interesting. The loophole. Residents often argue this constitutes a public nuisance. However, as long as the vehicles are moving and not parked illegally, police have very little ground to cite them for simply existing on a public street. See? It's starting to make sense now. They're treating these autonomous vehicles like third class drivers. They're trying to say, build a wall around our neighborhoods to keep these illegal cars out. Not good at all. The private property question. You mentioned the townhouses in private property. There are two likely ways Waymo ends up on what looks like a private land. Publicly maintained versus privately owned. Many townhouse developments look private, but they have publicly maintained roads. That's what I was thinking. If the city paves it and picks up the trash, Waymo Maps considers it public thoroughfare. The turnaround logic. Waymos are programmed to find the most efficient way to follow a route. If a map error tells them a cul-de-sac connects to another street, they will enter it. Once they realize it's a dead end, they have to perform a multi-point turn. In the Atlanta case, when a resident put up a child at play sign, it actually confused the sensors, causing 8 Waymos to get stuck because they couldn't calculate a safe path to turn around. Why are they circling? They aren't actually looking for passengers in the cul-de-sac. The issue in Atlanta was a routing glitch with a third-party fleet partner repositioning. AV companies use fleet balancing to move cars from low demand areas to high demand areas. The glitch, a software error, likely flagged that specific cul-de-sac as a staging area or a shortcut because the cars are all running the same code. Once one car decides that's the path, the entire swarm follows suit. I don't think I need to read this part, but Waymo has since issued an apology stating they have addressed the routing behavior with their partner to keep the cars out of that specific neighborhood. It seems like robot motel phase for Battle View Drive is over, at least for now. Well, there we have it. That is the case of the Waymos invading in Atlanta neighborhood in Buckhead over on Battle View Drive, Street, whatever. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. Would you be upset if you saw Waymos circling your neighborhood looking to, get some rest, take a break, take a load off? Would you be upset that these Waymos are in your neighborhood? Or would you call up for a Waymo ride and just get picked up and get taken to the movies or something? What would you do? Would you be upset, or would you hitch a ride? And maybe if it's right there, the ride might be a little bit cheaper for you. What do you think? Would this piss you off like these Atlanta residents? Or would you just say, you know what? I actually need to get somewhere. Let me get a ride on one of these Waymos and get up and out of here. Go do something productive with my life. Let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment below. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. Go to techcoachralph.dev. Join us for Vibe Code and Chill. Join us for our Tech Barbarians, or join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow. Get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal. Get access to the Speak Precisely app so that you can level up all aspects of your life over at techcoachralph.dev. All right, we're gonna go. Let me check the chat real quick, and then we're gonna get into our last working segment of the night. Where is my? Okay, there we go. Let's go to the chat. Let me see. Junior says. Actually, did I have more before that? Oh, wait, we did have more. Junior says, traffic turtle. That's what that's called? I guess it was a little turtle that said kids at play. It's a traffic turtle. No?
How dare we speak Merry Christmas?
I don't know. Sounds like a taxi takeover. Like, you don't take this ride. Get in the car. No. Get in the car. All right. It's a public street, just like anyone else can come and park there also. Facts. I agree. They caused a problem, and want to blame the traffic. That makes sense. Magda says, it looks like a scene from the Leaving the World Behind Netflix movie. All those Teslas were piled up on the street. Yeah, that's why I said that earlier. They were all up over there. Just says, even driving around is not a crime. I mean, sometimes people get stopped for driving around. Like, where are you headed to? What you doing in this neighborhood? You going somewhere? You know somebody around here? You gotta go. Get up and out of here. you're not welcomed around these streets. All right. So it says these are the kind of people that irritate me. That's the same thing they do to other citizens just because they don't like it and try to use the police to violate their rights. See, it's true. Humanoid robots and autonomous driving vehicles lives matter too. All right. I stand with my humanoid robots. My gremlin humanoid robots are about 3 feet tall. I stand with them. It's weird. It terrifies me, but I also want one. It terrifies me, but I also want one. Like it's crazy. Like it looks so cool. I'm gonna see if I can rent one. Let me see. It says I understand the public roadway right. So I wouldn't be mad about it at all. I get it. And it's like some people, I don't know. Let me see. Magnetar finds it hilarious. Okay, got you. Magnetar says, get in the car. get in the car. Says, and those stops are unconstitutional. They never hold up in court. Facts. But you know what though? You want to know what's annoying about that? Here, it's the same thing with like frivolous lawsuits, right? So you get one of those stops, you get a ticket, whatever, you got to go to court, but then it's just rigged, right? Because then you have to go and pay for the lawyer and all that type of stuff. When you have these cases, like you have these frivolous cases, and now you have to go and get a lawyer and have to fight it, and it's just so annoying. It is just so annoying that you have to deal with all this nonsense. Because then the people who are suing you, they don't have any money in the first place. So like, even if you're like, oh, they have to pay for my lawyer fees, they can't, right? So it's just annoying. Like a lot of this stuff is so annoying that it even gets there. And Magnetar says, Sith Coach Ralph, you know what? Let's do this the right way. Let's go and drop one of these.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
It says, now I'm not going to get in the car. Like, I'm not doing it. Get in the car. Get in the car. You going? Says the process is see exactly because and the thing is, I'm pretty sure these cops they'll know that like it's not gonna hold up, but they'll do it anyways just so that you can go through the annoyance of having to get like getting the case thrown out, getting it's just annoying. Like, they can make your life a living hell because guess what? They can do that over and like and that's why I try not to get into issues with these people with badges, because although you might win, it's gonna be a very expensive victory, right? It says, get in the car. You ain't going nowhere else until you do. Facts. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into our last working segment of tonight. Put up another 20.
It's time to do.
All right, let's see how our upload went. Where's my transporter app? Transporter. All right, we're good. We're ready for internal. So we have 2 apps ready for internal testing. What were we doing last time? We were doing, let me see. Oh yeah, let me put my glasses. I'm gonna put my glasses back on. And let's get that back over there. Go to glasses. All right. So we were working on this and it's not unlimited. We will say, didn't I tell you to use the description, like use the stuff the app has? Let's go to, oh, okay, I got it. What we're gonna do. Let's go down over here. I think I did say it. So display name. Speaker planned monthly. Oh, this is the Waymo stuff. Let's go to here. All right, let's go to where's my mouse again? Let's do that. Do that. We will do add. Add a 1024 that best represents the image would be used to win for any win back offer. We can always come back to that. Review information. All right, so we need to get a screenshot of the paywall. So I think we can do simulator. Am I able to get the screenshot of the paywall? Let me see if I go to starter. Okay, so I need to go and update the if we go to super base, let's go to table editor, go to subscriptions, empty? Why is that empty? Plans? Our profiles? Minutes remaining. This must be mine. Let's say we have 0 minutes remaining, right? And then we go back to here and we say doing another test where we don't have any minutes remaining to make sure that we can trigger the paywall page so that we can upload that to Apple and show them how the paywall looks. All right, let's do analyze. I will take this screenshot for now, but we might have to go and update it later on. Let's go to, oh shoot, I'm gonna lose it. If we go to and we do this, can I go to drop it there? I know I'm going to have to update this again. Can I save it yet? What are you missing? Optional. I don't know if it's saved or not. Is it this one? Because it says missing metadata. Let's say we do, just say all for now. I don't know what metadata it's missing. Let's go back, I guess. We can add another subscription, can't we? Oh, back one. Let's do subscription group. Since users can only buy one subscription within a group at a time, creating a single group is best practices for most apps, as it prevents users from accidentally purchasing multiple. Oh, gotcha. So maybe we need to rename this group. Can I rename that group? I can just call it plans. So we call this one Presenter Monthly. And what was the name of that? Let's go with this one. Okay. Presenter. And SPAI presenter duration 1 month. Create. All right. I wonder if I could change the name of this one. And then we want to do okay, we got that done. Confirm. I wish I could change the name of this one. Edit subscription group. Let's do Speak Precisely AI plans. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and do okay. Let's go to use app name. What? Oh, okay. Presenter plan. Yeah, that looks good. All right, there we go. There we go. Wait, what? Product ID? All right, hold on. Let me edit this one. Got that one a little wrong right there. Let's copy that. Let's copy that. What did I do? Oh, hold up. Let's go back. I'm gonna add another one. That one is kind of messed up. Reference name, product ID. Presenter monthly. 1 month. The product ID and oops, presenter. And let's see, we got that. Next. Next. Alrighty, next up, setup availability, say everywhere. We might have to take China out at some point. Remember. All right, so add localization, presenter plan monthly. Okay. Add. All right. I don't have an image yet. I think it's the same screenshot as the other one though. I know we're gonna have to update this at some point because in order to show the screen, like probably like a recording or something of when it's gonna pop up once it actually does pop up. Because right now we're just not finished setting up yet. All right, so we got that done. Go back a page. Let me see if I can get rid of this one. Delete this. All right, that is done for. Let's go back over here. And now if we go over to here, let's go back up to the top. Let's go to RevenueCat. What is this? Generate an app-specific shared secret. All right, I will take a look at that part after. Let's go to RevenueCat. Let me go here first. It says in RevenueCat, add a new app to the project and select iOS. It says add a new app to the process. Let's go over here. Let's go to enter the bundle ID. So we go to add a new app to the project. Where do I do that? Oh, apps. App bundle ID. I believe it's going to be dev.techcoach. Ralph.speak Speak Precisely. I think that's what it is. And we say, we do that. Enter your bundle ID, paste a Apple shared secret you generated in App Store. Where did we do this part? Where did we do this part? All right, so let's go over to the App Store. And they said go to under General. So go to App Connect. Apps. I don't see a general over here. Okay, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna take these off now. We shall leave it at that. We will figure out the next steps, but we're really close. We already started setting up RevenueCat. We do have our app uploaded to Apple, ready for internal testing, so we can make progress on all of that. So I'm really excited at our progress. I'm excited that I got to use the glasses a little bit. Hopefully you can see how having these virtual desktops right in front of my eyes is helpful. Well, these are not virtual desktops. These are actually my monitor screens, but you can set up virtual desktops as well. So we'll see how all of that goes. Let me check let's go ahead and pull this up and let me, oops. Check the chat, and then we will get into our last topic, which is going to be a really interesting topic. Let me see. Magner says the glasses. Yes, the glasses. Says I am telling Rod Brown.
How dare you?
Don't do it. Please. Junior, don't. No. We don't need none of that. We do not need it. You know what? Give me a second here. See what I can do. What can I do? Where? Nope.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I just left the snitching convention. Gold Star member and chairman of this commission. Should have heard the new initiatives I introduced.
All our secrets known to a few. Newbies who leak the info past the first test, because telling is what we do. I'm the king, snitching, no lie to tell.
That's all we get. That's all we get for now. That's all we get for now. All right. I'm going to get into this last story real quick. Let's go over to, and this is more of a project type idea that basically building our own large language model. I'm not even sure what we would put in it, but let me see if I could do, let's do this. I'm going to go over to, let me try this, see if this is going to work. And I go here, go to OBS. That'll be projector preview. Let's see it there. I don't see it there. That would be let's see what this is. Whoa, that was weird. This one. Whoa, that was weird again. Well, we'll just do it this way. That was weird again. All right, we'll do it this way. I'm just going to go and pull this up elsewhere. Let's go here. Let's go here. And let's go here. Oh, God, I got to be kidding me here. All right. Basically, this article highlights how we can build our large language model from scratch. A hands-on workshop where you write every piece of an AI from nothing. Started at the bottom, now we're here. So I'm not going to go through the whole entire article, but I am going to, I want to go through it a little bit, because these are the type of projects that are going to take us, you, us, me, to the next level. And I think a lot of times we're looking for the easy path, the fun path, but I don't know if this is going to be fun or not. We can definitely make it fun. We can gamify it, but something that I do want to start diving more into, like getting into the nitty gritty of how these large language models work and how we can actually start expanding our skill sets. So I was like, you know, this might be something that we want to, it's the type of project that we take on. I don't know if it's a live stream. I don't know if it's a like vibe code and chill type thing. I don't know yet, but I think that this might be an interesting turn of events. So basically this is by Simon Batt. And basically a free hands-on large language model from scratch course that builds a tiny large language model from nothing to a working model. It comes in 6 parts: tokenization. So I remember when we were used to do the morning show, we were learning about tokenization, transformer, training loop, generation, scaling experiments, and a poetry composition. Poetry? So we might have to modify this a little bit into something that is going to be more exciting for us, unless you're into poetry, then I take that back. If you're into poetry, I take it back. All right.
How dare you?
Built for hobbyists, runs on a laptop. See the large language model from scratch, GitHub for details. So I would think we would put it on a separate computer that we can, so we don't slow down our own machines, but I think that'd be pretty cool. So we're going to skim through this. Have you ever wondered how a large language model works? Perhaps you know some of the basics, such as how they use tokens to get the job done, and how their text generation is somewhat like an autocomplete feature on your phone. However, how would you go about making one from scratch? And that's what I want to know, right? How can we do it from scratch? Where would you even begin? So for those who aren't sure, tokenization. Every time you make a prompt to a large language model, you're using tokens, and with those tokens, like the way that's how the large language models build is tokens in per tokens out, tokens in and tokens out. So like if you are making a request, it takes X amount of tokens, and then when you get the response, it takes X amount of tokens. Both, especially if you're using API, it's like you're getting like all of that is calculated in the cost. So, and they normally say per million tokens you're paying, like if it's a less if it's like a less sophisticated model, less trained model, pennies on the dollar, right? If it's a more sophisticated model, like a Claude Sonnet 4.6 or Opus 4.6, you're probably looking at like $3 to $4 to $5 per million tokens. Maybe it's 100,000 tokens. I don't know, right? But so that's how that's broken down. It says, if you want to learn how to make a large language model from scratch, then you'll need to check out this DIY course called Large Language Model from Scratch. Okay, unique name. As one of the best examples of the phrase does what it says on the tin, Large Language Model from Scratch starts you off with nothing and walks you through a miniature course to make your own AI. So this is, what is Kate? I never heard of Kate before. Who is Kate? All right, who is Kate? Large language model from scratch takes you from nothing to creating the ideal AI poet. We could make the ideal AI rapper. What do you guys think about that? The ideal AI rapper. That we might be onto something here. Let's see. It's broken into 6 parts. Master AI filmmaking. As spotted by Hackaday, large language model from scratch is a free course that takes you from obviously nothing to creating your own AI. You start off by learning about tokenization and how large language models parse data, and then finish by training a model on poetry until you're happy with it. You're not going to be taking on ChatGPT or Gemini with it, but it will run on a laptop just fine. So it's great for hobbyists. And you can have it learn about you to be your personal assistant. So part 1, we're going to be jumping into tokenization, character level tokenizer, character encoding, vocabulary size, why BPE fails on small data. What is BPE? I don't know. We'll find that out when we're taking this course. Part 2, the transformer, full GPT model architecture, embeddings, self-attention layers, layer norms, MLP blocks. Part 3, the training loop complete, training pipeline, loss functions, Atom W gradient clipping, LR scheduling. I have no idea who Atom W is. I have no idea what gradient clipping is. I have no idea what LR scheduling. So this looks like a grand old time so far. Very exciting. Text generation, inference and sampling, temperature, top K, auto aggressive decoding, putting it all together, training on real data. Okay. Loss curve, scaling experiments, next steps. And then part 6, the competition. There's a competition? Train the best AI poet, find data sets, scale up, submit your best poem. Is there? All right, so let's take a look at the repo real quick then. That's basically the article. Where is the repo? Show yourself, repo. Show yourself. I don't see it. Where is the repo? Where art that repo? Maybe that's a little bit of, let me see. Oh, there it goes. All right, let's go here. And let's say large language model from scratch. Let's take a look at the README real quick. Train your own large language model. from scratch, a hands-on workshop where you write every piece of GPT training pipeline yourself. This is really, really good. Really, really good. All right. Andre Karpathy, I think that's the person who coined the term vibe coding. Nano's GPT was my first real exposure to large language models and transformers. Seeing how a working language model could be built in a few hundred lines of PyTorch completely changed how I thought about the AI and inspired me to go deeper into the space. This workshop is my attempt to give others the same experience. Nano GPT targets reproducing GPT-2, 124 model parameters or million parameters, and covers a lot of ground. This project strips it down to the essential and scales it to a 10 million parameter model that trains on a laptop under an hour. Oh, under an hour? Okay, we might be able to work with that. I'm really thinking about this. Let me know in the chat and in the comments. Is this something that you'd be interested in doing? Like we could build our own large language model from scratch. We can do it together. Maybe we work on it like once a week for about an hour. Maybe Google Meetup. T-ball is over, so maybe Saturday mornings. I don't know. Let me know if you're interested in this in the chat. All right, and in the comments. Would you want to meet up on a Google Meet once a week to work on this? So what you'll build, a working GPT model trained from scratch on your MacBook, capable of generating Shakespeare-like text. You'll write tokenizer, turning your text into numbers and models the model can process. Model architecture, the transformer embeddings, attentions, feed, forward layers, training loop, forward pass, loss, backprop, optimizer, learning rate scheduling, and text generation, sampling from your trained model. So what do you need? So what will we need to do this? If we're going to do this, here's what we're going to need. Any laptop or desktop, a Mac, a Linux, or Windows machine, Python 3.12 or higher. And you guys remember, I keep telling you guys over and over and over and over, learn Python, learn Python, learn Python. And what do you say? You say, no, I don't want to. And now
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Because we're going to do this. Comfort reading Python code. You don't need machine learning experience. Facts. Training uses Apple Silicon GPUs, NPS, NVIDIA GPU CUDA, or CPU automatically. Also works on Google Colab. Upload the file and run with the Python train.py. So getting started, install UV. I have a UV installed, but if not, there goes a link here to do it. This is what you do on the Mac, this is what you do in PowerShell. Then set up the project, UV sync, directory, make directory scratchpad, and go into the scratchpad directory. See, very important to know about these command line commands as well. Google Colab, if you don't have a local setup, upload the repo to Colab and install dependencies. There's that. Upload data Shakespeare text to your Colab files, then write your code in notebook cells or upload.py. I wonder if the Shakespeare text is what is, I guess it's gonna be the training data, and it's gonna say, all right, now make your own poems based off what you've learned from the Shakespeare text. Work through the docs in order. Each walks you through writing a piece of the pipeline, explaining what each component does and why. By the end, you'll have a working model .py, train.py, and generate.py that you wrote yourself. So we could do, this could be a 6 parts. 6 weeks if it takes us an hour to do each. I don't know if it's going to take us an hour to do each, but I think this is pretty cool. Tokenizer. So basically we'd be doing this. Make sure it works. It's explaining to us what we're doing and why. It's not that, this. We could definitely do this in an hour. Let's see what the transformer is. The big picture. This one is a little bit longer, but still possibly in an hour. Training loop, text generation, putting it all together. All right, it looks good to me. And then, like, as we get to it, we can start making changes and customizing. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Let me know what you think. would you be interested in working on this together? You know, that way we can help each other out, ask questions, run into issues, because we're definitely going to run into issues, but how we're going to fix those issues. So let me know, what do you think? Drop me a comment. What I would do, because I'm not going to do this on YouTube, because we can't just go straight into work and focused on YouTube. It would be at techcoachdraft.dev, where I'd be uploading the recordings, but we would be on a Google Meet like we normally do for our vibe coding shows, for our Scrum Nights, Google Meet, where we would join the call and we just get straight to work, going through the process. I'll probably have my screen shared so you can see what I'm doing. And I expect you to do the same, so that you can build your own large language model as well. And then we learn how to set up the tokens. We learn how to train it. We learn how to, and then we can customize it to be for our own needs. Right? If you have, it just goes along with the RAG, right? So let's say you were to, what we work on Thursday nights, all the documents that you have that you wanted to work for, you feed those documents in this context. And now when you ask it, it's supposed to be answering your questions the right way. So we can combine this with our testing efforts that we're learning on Thursday nights. Let me know if you're interested in this, then we can make it happen over at techcoachdraft.dev. All right. But that's about it. Let me know your thoughts. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachdraft.dev. Join us for working on this large language model from scratch workshop that has been so kindly provided to us by, I forgot his name, Angelo Sim, I think. Regardless, but let's work on it together. Join us for Vibe Coding Show. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to the resume flow to get your resume right. Get access to the Tech Barbarians coaching portal to organize your life. Get access to the Speak Precisely app so that you can get rid of the like from your speech, so that you can do whatever it is you want to do. All right, over at techcoachdraft.dev. Okie dokie. Let me check the chat before we wrap it up for tonight. What an amazing. See how well things go when the internet works. Do you see how well things go when the internet works? All right, let's go ahead and check the chat before we wrap it up for tonight. Let me see. There goes Magnetar. we have to do it.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I just left a snitching convention. Gold Star member and chairman of this commission. Should have heard the new initiatives I introduced.
All our secrets known to a few.
Oh my goodness. Says join my crew. Drew says I am in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my goodness, what's going on here?
Bruh.
Drew says sounds fun and says I'll watch from the side. The funny thing is you're like, all right, you got me with the vibe coding and the AI, but you're not gonna have me build my own large language model like that. That's a little that crosses the line. That crosses the line. You're just like, I'll watch from the sideline. I don't know about that. You already got me going to lovable jail every month after like 5-6 days of what do they call it? Where they release you, a work release, and then I have to go back. Max says Linux, we up. And yours is great show as usual.
I ain't believing us.
And Max says, y'all, wow, you know how we get down. You know how we get down over here. All right, but that's it for tonight. That is it for tonight. Do me a favor, you guys, if you haven't done so already, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content as well. techcoachdraft.dev. Join us for when we start this large language model from scratch. Join us for Vibe Coding Show. Join us for our Scrum Nights. Get access to Resume Flow, Tech Barbarians Coaching Portal, and the Speak Precisely app. But that is it for tonight. Until next time, my friends, my family, Tech Coach Ralph, we are out.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Micro adjustments. They're looking at the whole picture. I'm looking at the pixel. Let's go! I'm paying attention to trifles. I'm looking at things you're neglecting to see. You swinging for fences, I'm shifting my hips and I'm bending the knee. The devil is living inside of the details, I'm catching a grip on the sleeve. You missing the micro adjustments, I'm making you tap before you can believe. It's all in the inches, it's all in the angle, it's all in the way that I pivot. I'm studying every centimeter, taking the space you didn't forgive it. A fraction of pressure, a millimeter, that is the difference in living and dying. You're staring right past all the fundamental elements, I can just tell you are trying. Too hard on the macro, you missing the micro, the tiny mistake gonna cost you the war. A crack in the armor, a slip of the foot, and I'm putting your back right down on the floor. I study the breathing, I study the blinking, I'm reading the twitch in your eye. You ignoring the troubles, you leaving the opening, that is the reason you fly. I noticed the fray in the rope, I noticed the drop of the sweat on the mat. I'm hyper aware of the whole situation, I'm looking at exactly where you are at. I'm keeping the balance, I'm holding the center, I never ignore what is right in my face. The smallest detail is the key to the kingdom, the ultimate factor for winning the race. Pay attention to trifles, the little things matter. A crack in the glass, make the whole window shatter. You ignoring the details, you missing the play. You missed it. I focus on inches, I'm carving the way. Let's go. Back in the matrix, I'm checking the syntax, I'm missing comma, make the system completely crack. Building this lobby, you pushing the prod, and I'm watching your whole reputation turn into ass. Testing the logic, assuring the quality, making sure every parameter's strict. You ignore the trifles, you skip the review, and that's exactly how the server got bricked. The discipline heavy, I'm checking the audio, setting the levels and fixing the light. If the mic is just clipping a fraction of decibels, I gotta tweak it to make it sound right. It's quality assurance inside of the mental, I'm running the script on the thoughts in my brain. I isolate every anomaly, squash every bug, and I'm staying completely in my lane. The smallest delay in the code of the combo, the tiniest lag in the mission is failed. I'm paying attention to documentation, making sure every requirement nailed. You look at the surface, I dig in the database, looking for weaknesses deep in the core. Miyamoto told me to focus on trifles, and that's how you constantly even the score. A drop in the bucket eventually spill, a tiny vibration will bring down a bridge. I'm highly observant, I check the perimeter, scanning the valley and scanning the ridge. You brush out the little things, thinking they minor, but minor things turn into critical threats. I'm patching the holes and I'm sealing the leaks, and I'm perfectly be hedging my absolute best. The color of pixels, the frame of the video, catching the flaw that the others ignore. I zoom in to 400%, finding the blemishes hiding right under the floor. You cannot construct an unbreakable fortress if you do not care about a single brick. I study the mortar, I study the angles, I'm making sure every foundation is thick. The samurai spirit applied to the modern, I'm lethal with logic, I'm lethal with skill. I notice the subtle and quietest movement, I'm making the reading, I'm making the kill. I check the deployment, I check on the hooks, and I make sure the whole integration is smooth. I focus on trifles, the micro, the small, and I'm shutting the whole competition right down. Pay attention to trifles, the little things matter. A crack in the glass, make the whole window shatter. You ignoring the details, you missing the play. You missed it. I focus on inches, I'm carving away. Let's go. Check the detail. Run the test again. Adjust the grip, tweak the code. While you control on life. Masashi knew, now you know. Chicago to the lab. We out.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I just left the snitching convention. Gold Star member and chairman of this commission. Should've heard the new initiatives I introduced.
All our secrets known to a few. Newbies who leak the info past the first test, because telling is what we do. I'm the king, snitch and no lie to tell. Mess up once and I'll ring your bell. Out of line means out of time. Your dirty secrets are no longer mine.
To get the details out there by the layers, look no further, none greater at portraying a traitor. I got a whole composition, my snitching is top tier. Ain't no other competition, informative here. Yeah.
To get the details out there by the layers, look no further, none greater at portraying a traitor. I got a whole composition, my snitching is top tier. Ain't no other competition, informative here. I'm the king, snitching, no lie to tell. Mess up once and I'll ring your bell. Out of line means out of time. Your dirty secrets are no longer more mine.
Peers always wonder why I'm gone for at least 10 minutes. They'll figure it out after the judge gives them a life sentence. Who would've thought they'd take care of my whole fam? Made a living by snitching, retiring the witness protection program.
Various photos of who you be with, all sizes for the judges to see it. My old tap wires in the National Law Enforcement Museum. Careful who you chill with and who you around when you doing real shit. Too late for you, as I tell them myself through these lyrics. Yo, I'm the king, snitching, no lie to tell. Mess up once and I'll ring the bell. Out of line means out of time. Your dirty secrets are no longer mine. up once and I'll ring your bell.